Live from the real fake Salt Lake City, it's Geekshow Podcast.
And now, a message from Emperor Palpatine as posted on his Sheev social account. I will read this. Low-energy Vader owes his imperial position to me. Challenging him would be a treacherous act of disloyalty. Challenging me would be a treacherous act of disloyalty. The fake Rebel Alliance lies when they say I sit around thinking up nicknames for Darth Sanctimonious. I don't spend my time trying to smear other Imperials, although he happens to be grooming a young boy. I repeat, it would be totally inappropriate for me to refer to him as Darth Meatball on today's Geek Show.
Oh, no, it didn't work.
Oh, Tony.
Geek Show, Geek Show, Geek Show!
GeekShowPodcast.com.
It worked. I lied. It worked.
Woof.
That was.
I
just love the last thing that was said before it rolled was, "Oh, Tony."
Oh, Tony.
It's like
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
You know what?
well,
I'm 37, and I'm used to that by now. So
I'm 30 or 40 years old, and I do not have time for this.
all I know is when I was pushing the button, that never happened.
that's because you're better than me, Lee. That's all there is to it.
We got a full bridge today. We got Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca Frost.
Megazord. Hola.
We got Tony, who will find his button eventually.
I find it.
Too tall,
Tony doesn't know how to find
He
buttons.
just keeps
It's
looking
hard.
for that button.
They're all over the place.
Jay Whitaker is here, everybody. Jay Whitaker.
Hey.
We got Shannon Barneson down there.
Yeah.
New camera. He's very happy with.
Looking
We're all
good.
happy
It's
with.
got a light on it.
I like that. And, of course, Lee George Cade down there as well.
Hi, I'm a naked mole rat.
Bring your microphone down a little bit, naked mole rat.
Naked
Not
mole.
physically down, the volume. I mean, gain or input, whatever.
All right.
Tony's just firing on all cylinders today.
Oh, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, Tony.
That 3-day-old Little Caesar
Oh,
pizza I had
Tony.
for lunch, it's doing it for me.
Nice. You reheat that?
Oh, you bet I did in my
How do you
air fryer.
how are air fryer?
Air
Yep.
fryer.
That's the way to do it.
If I could
Yep.
never
Sep-
hear about an air fryer ever
Nope.
again.
7 minutes at 300.
Why would
We'll
you
reheat your pizza. Perfect.
deny yourself the magic of air fryer knowledge?
I have an oven. I do not need more appliances.
I used to think that way, and then I got an air fryer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Rebecca, you can get rid of that oven and substitute it with an air fryer from Ronco.
I read on the internet that apparently Hot Pockets are delicious.
Amazing. You
Listen,
know what
I'm
else?
told everything is
I
great in the
guess
air
what I
fryer.
did.
Bloomin'
Did you do it?
onions.
Was
I
it
didn't.
good?
I didn't believe it because Hot Pockets are gross, right?
Hey,
Yep.
now. Come on.
And so I air fried a Hot Pocket, sprayed it with a little buttered Pam, cooked it up, and it almost tasted like food.
Hey, you want to make something amazing? Go get a couple burritos and some French fries from Del Taco, and then take your burritos and just brush a little bit of olive oil on there, throw that in the air fryer, and all of a sudden it's actually palatable.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Ooh.
Yeah, because we love a crispy burrito here in Utah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do.
And
Anyway,
transit till 2 a.m.
Rebecca's stressed out over this whole air fryer discussion.
No, it's fine. Don't mind me.
All right. Well, let me get to the important stuff then.
You always say that.
The most
And
important
it never
story.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Here it is.
I mean it this time.
So
This
tell me
is the
about
most-
how John Hamm let you down.
It says right here that this is and these pages rarely lie. It says here that
Like
this
my
is the most
hips,
important.
they don't lie.
Hey-o.
Shut up, Shakira.
I'm sorry, my breasts are small and humble. You won't mistake them for mountains.
Okay.
Hey, Shakira lines, damn it!
Lole, lole, lole.
Not me.
What's going on?
All right.
Mountains
So here's
here.
the big story. This is the big story.
It never is.
And you'll be playing this all day. Go to cocainebear.movie/game.
Okay.
That's how you push a button, Tony.
Yeah.
Well done, Lee.
Bear
well
dot-
done.
Wait, dot.
movie /game. And you
I
can
know it's
play.
now.
It's a Pac-Man style tribute
Oh,
where you are the bear, and instead of
Use
little
the
dots like
arrows.
Pac-Man choose on, it's piles of cocaine.
I like this.
Wait, where am I?
And then
Oh, I am the bear. I
You
mean,
are
it's
the
like
bear.
Pac-Man. It's like Pac-Man, but with cocaine.
He just said that.
Yeah. Oh, I just killed a person.
Welcome to the show, Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was busy loading up the game.
All right.
You know,
I knew I shouldn't have led with this story. Is what I'm.
The
You
last,
guys,
You-
the
what-
last
I cannot wait to see this
This
movie.
looks great.
And I've seen a couple interviews with Elizabeth Banks where she goes, this might ruin my career.
A make or break moment, huh?
Yeah,
Zach and Murray made a porno, just doesn't go quite far enough.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so-
sure, lady.
I
You know,
don't know. I got a good feeling about it.
I think it's
The
going to be
last,
hilarious.
the last game I played where I was a bear was a completely different outcome.
Different game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different.
I'd like to go see it at a movies theater where you could drink. I just hope that you could hear everything.
All right. That reminds me. We got our Patreon. Our Patreon.
Yeah.
It's geekshowgotthiscovered.com. Will take you right to it. And we do a lot of trailer reactions and deep dives and things like that. We're going to do a Kang deep dive, right, eventually?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should
I'm
have-
working on it.
Because
Yep.
I've been doing my research. So we'll do that coming up. But,
Has anybody picked Iron Lad yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So there's that. Also, Saturday Matinee is happening March 11th. The Geek Show Saturday Matinee at Brewby, Salt Lake City. The movie has been chosen, and the reason it's been chosen is because we heard you all talking about Michael Keaton as Batman.
Wait, he was Batman?
I
He's
know,
Batman.
right? So we thought we'd show,
35 years ago.
yeah, we thought we'd show Batman from 1989.
Yeah.
You know, the infamous Batman that cannot turn his head.
He doesn't need to turn his head. He's
Wait,
already...
Carrie, do you mean the one
Yeah,
that you and I went
fine.
and saw together?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So that'll be the movie. It is doors at 11:30. We'll do a live podcast at noon, and then at after that, 1-ish, we'll throw Batman '89 at you at March 11th, Broovies in Salt Lake City.
Keaton was on Colbert
Yeah.
a little bit ago, and Colbert went, well, and you were Batman. And he looked at him and he goes, no, I am Batman.
Of course he did.
I like that he's.
They're bringing him back.
Well, I like that
I
he's
love
leaning into it now because
Yeah.
he's, every actor like this takes the Shatner course, where they do it, then they deny it for years, and then they embrace it, and so Keaton's on that trajectory.
I hope he's playing Thomas Wayne Batman.
I don't think
Would be interesting.
I don't think that's it.
Subvert my expectations, please.
All right.
I love that I don't want to see it because this movie. No, all right. I just got to say this real quick, and we can move on.
What, the
As
Flash
soon as-
trailer?
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I immediately thought, so this is why Ezra Miller is not in prison.
Yeah.
No,
That's what this movie should be called. This is
why Ezra Miller's not.
because
why he's still walking the
they
streets.
divested so much friggin' money into this film,
Well,
and you're
They
like,
did.
oh, so Hollywood protected him. Okay,
no, and I was like, well, they released the trailer, so now they have to release it, right?
so,
And it's
that's all.
And
That's all I wanted to say.
yeah.
All right.
It's ick.
Okay.
Ick.
I actually, after seeing the trailer, I mean, you know me, I'm a Marvel zombie, but I was actually kind of excited to see it.
I was excited, but I was like,
But still, it's not right.
Yeah, I try not to think about it, but,
It's like eating a cookie with poop for chocolate chips.
Well, I don't know if I...
what?
That's
Everything
That's
I
around,
like things. I like
everything,
things.
everything around is delicious.
As long as the
want
things you like aren't like terrible.
I still want to eat the cookie. Don't get me wrong.
All right. You just eat around it.
like the chocolate chips kidnap people.
The latest news, there's a lot of show business happening in the business of show.
Everybody loves these stories.
Yeah, I know, but it kind of affects us here because it's our content. So there's a big shareholders meeting with Bob Iger.
I was there.
You were.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How was it?
I'm a shareholder. I was invited to attend. You think I didn't go?
Were there cookies?
No, it was just a big, long meeting, and then they said, vote on these things. I was like, okay.
Lame.
But here is what Bob Iger announced about Marvel and Star Wars. He says, we're backing off on the Marvel a bit. He said we need to be better at curating franchise content because it's extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah.
We want the quality on the screen, but we have to look at what they cost us. So as you recall, back at San Diego Comic-Con, they announced all kinds of stuff for Marvel. What If, Season 2, Echo, Loki Season 2, Ironheart, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. And now, according to sources, you got Loki Season 2 and Secret Invasion are the only sure bets to debut this year. Even though they're in the middle of producing Agatha, they're in the middle of producing Ironheart, and Echo, I believe, is in the can. So they're holding off on it, which is interesting to me.
So they're
Honestly, good call.
I think it's a good call. They're going to let their VFX artists have a little breathing room in between each series. I mean,
Literally.
I think that we hit a point of critical mass in the last few years where there's
I
just
agree.
so much content from Marvel and and Disney in general, right? All of their different properties and whatnot, Star Wars, all of that. Where I am 100% fine if they back off and focus on quality now.
Yep.
Instead of quantity.
At this point, as a point of comparison, during its Phase 4, Marvel Studios released a breakneck 18 projects across theatrical and streaming. So that was 4 films, 5 TV shows in 2021.
Yeah.
3 films and 3 TV shows in 2022, plus a few specials. And the studio released just 11 projects from Phase 3, which ran from 2016 to 2019, of course.
The wife and I were talking about that this morning, and we're just like, since the last Avengers movie, how many of these have we watched a second time as opposed to all of the others that we watched over and over and over again? There's not a one. There's not a one in Phase 4 or now, 5 that we've watched a second time because
I
it's
do watch Black Widow a lot.
I do as well, actually.
I'm so happy.
Was that a Phase 4? Or was that
That's
still
Phase
Phase
4.
3?
That's
beginning of Phase 4?
that might bridge the gap
I think
between
it's
the two.
yeah, I think it's an in-betweener.
Then never mind.
Now, one of the things that this caused is for the Marvels, the Captain Marvel sequel, to be
This is
pushed
my
back.
villain origin story, honestly.
It is being pushed back from its. It was supposed to go July 28.
It was originally supposed to come out February 11th.
According to
Rebecca.
your spreadsheet.
Why? What caused you to become a villain? They kept pushing
Because
back the Marvels.
Not only do they keep pushing back the Marvels, they keep pushing back stuff that includes Ms. Marvel in particular. Ms. Marvel was supposed to come out in spring of last year, but they pushed it back in favor of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
They keep
Why
pushing
is
my
she
things
not
back.
smiling?
So
Look at her, she's mad. She's so
Her movie
mad
was
at your.
pushed
She's
back.
so mad.
No, she's mad because their stuff is not coming out yet.
Yep.
She's mad because of the state of the world.
So now it's August 11th is when this is coming.
November 11th.
Oh, November 11th? I had August.
Yeah.
Here. Okay. All right.
It got pushed back again.
But then they pushed up the Haunted Mansion movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's what the crowds are clamoring
Starring
for.
Jared Leto. Come on.
Are you
What
serious?
is
Yeah.
happening?
No, I don't see his name on this list. I see Rosario Dawson, Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito. I
like all those people.
It's
Jared Leto.
the reason he is not listed is he actually became a ghost. He's
He
like
is-
that's how method he is.
He is the Hatbox Ghost.
Yep.
Now,
Jared Leto and Jamie Lee Curtis have boarded the House of Mouse's Haunted Mansion movie.
That's right. Jamie Lee
Leto-
Curtis is Madame Leota,
And he's the Hatbox Ghost.
and he doesn't have to wear any makeup. He's there.
Hey, Owen Wilson's here too.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Gosh, so scary in that house.
Wow. Wow.
All right. Now, Star Wars is facing the opposite challenge from Disney. After being
We
absent
need
from-
more Star Wars.
That's what they're saying is
Can we have some more Star War?
No,
More
somebody
Star
walked into
Wars,
the office
please.
and said, I think Lee Cade's kind of bored of Star Wars right now, and they freaked the hell out.
I'll show you.
after being absent from the screen since 2019 and false starts on movies like Rogue Squadron and all that. Disney has ramped up its efforts to return the franchise to theaters, specifically.
I disagree with that decision.
Damon Lindelof led a writer's room in July to hash out a story for a feature. We got Taika Waititi still developing his own. And then they're probably going to announce something at the Star Wars Celebration in April.
Let's
which is in London.
give Taika a co-writer and maybe a producer that says, pull it in just a little bit,
just randomly.
cowboy.
Maybe be a bit less Taika.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Love and Thunder was not.
We
a good thing.
gave you Love and Thunder, dude, and you got that all over everybody.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So the shows expected to hit the streaming service this year include the Ahsoka Tano show with Rosario Dawson and Skeleton Crew.
I don't know how I miss Star Wars.
That's what's.
It's because you're bored of it, Lee.
Subconsciously.
It's not there in my head at all.
Feige also had some other things that he was talking about. He was asked about Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man!
Ooh, that's from the video game.
He said, all I will say is we have the story, we have big ideas for that, and our writers are just putting pen to paper now.
They should use computers. It's so much easier.
Very weird choice.
Yeah,
Type.
use
Type.
Chat GPT or whatever.
Yeah, just have ChatGPT
And
right.
actually,
Yeah,
you
just
could, no, you could, chat and go, write a Spider-Man movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also on this list, we knew that Harrison Ford would be playing Thaddeus Ross in New World Order, Captain America New World Order, which starts filming next month. The change in the character is that Thaddeus Ross is now the President of the United States. And so you got Harrison Ford playing the President once again. This will be the third time.
I like it.
Air Force One and Clear and Present Danger. So this is the third time he'll be playing the President.
Get off the plane.
He says there's a dynamic between President Ross and Sam Wilson. They have a history together, but in this film we'll be seeing the dynamic between Captain America and the President of the United States in a way that's just incredible. He's very happy about it. Let's see. And back to the TV thing, he says, we want to do shows that can only be shows. I want to continue to make them more episodic, which may seem counterintuitive, but I do think there's something fun about leaning back and watching an episode. It can be that can be self-contained. So, I guess that means characters like Daredevil won't be crossing over into the movies. Moon Knight, probably not.
They don't have to have everything cross over. I mean, it's fun when it shows up, but look at the comic books. There's characters that have their own storylines completely aside from any of the big stuff that's going on, and it still can be a really good comic book.
I just think about, like, in that big Avengers movie, if during the Avengers Assemble scene when they're all coming through the portals, if, like, the TV Defenders had actually been coming out of one of the portals, that's
would've
all
been
you
fun.
need them
That's all
there
it would've
for,
needed.
and
Yep.
people would have lost their minds.
That's
That's
just
all
a
I
little
need.
boom cameo done.
Just give them a little thing.
Just a little fan service.
Yeah, that's all.
Give me the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fighting Chitauri in the first Avengers movie, just for a second. Just for a split second.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quake just quaking some
Right.
bad boys.
Just
And they're
quaking
like-
it up.
Yeah. Like, get
And-
Daisy off this roof. It's not safe to quake on a rooftop, Daisy.
Right.
Rebecca, he also talks about the Marvels. He says, I'm very
does he?
proud of the Ms. Marvel show. And he says, I know this is a spoiler. She steals the Marvels movie away from everyone.
No kidding.
Because she's so good. Because she's a
She is
fangirl.
great. Yeah.
God, she's so good.
He also teased the importance of the Fantastic Four moving ahead. He said there's certainly been versions of the FF, but never inhabiting the storytelling of the MCU, and that's something
There
that's
certainly
exciting.
has been versions
Indeed.
of the Fantastic Four.
It's been done. Not well. But yes, it has been.
Says people are going to start hearing about the Fantastic Four soon. We plan on that being a big pillar of the MCU going forward, just the way they've been in the comics for 50 or 60 years.
I'm not,
I guess they're starting casting next month, and they're going to focus on finding Sue Storm first, and then build around her.
Oh, that's probably good.
I just hope they nail Reed Richards' disco dancing in this in the new version.
I am determined I have a new crusade I'm going on. I'm not resting until the fully restored Corman cut is released.
Well, better stock up on energy drinks.
He also went on to say, people will. Part of the fun is that I've been at this company for half my life, and we're just now tapping into arguably one of the biggest aspects of the publishing history, referring to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. He said it's pretty remarkable, a testament to the House of Ideas and what Marvel has done these 80 years. So that was in Entertainment Weekly. If you want to read the whole interview with Feige, you can go there.
Where do you even find Entertainment Weekly?
Online, because they don't print it anymore.
You know where I see
okay.
it? At the hair salon where I get my hair cut. They still have magazines there.
Because I bought not the last printed issue, but the mass-produced last printed issue because it has Obi-Wan on the cover.
Oh.
I have it. I can go grab it.
Oh, that's
I
right.
won't,
I
though.
have that one.
Yeah, I won't.
The other bit of news is Paramount Plus and Showtime are merging.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Because if you already pay for Paramount Plus Showtime, you're actually getting a discount now. It's cheaper than paying for them separately.
Well,
Oh,
here's-
dang. Should I bundle? I should probably bundle.
Yeah. The pricing for Paramount Plus is currently at $4.99 a month. And Showtime's streaming service is $10.99 a month. Subscribers who bundle, Rebecca, the two, will pay $11.99 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
So, yeah.
if you didn't have it bundled before and you just had Paramount Plus, your price is going to go up, and that sucks.
This is worth it for. There's a lot of shows on Showtime
There
that
is, though,
I
yeah.
like to watch.
Oh, Yellow
So
Jackets
this might be
is
worth
worth it
my
alone.
time. It's next month, baby.
Well,
next
Did
month.
you guys get your first inflated HBO Max bill? Because I sure did.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
wild
fine.
seeing that.
It's fine.
Oh, it's worth the entertainment, but it's just like watching these things go up $1 or $2 every couple of years is.
Yeah.
That's why
Supply and demand. They know people are signing up to watch Last of Us.
Yeah.
I'm sharing Paramount Plus with my ex-wife.
There you go.
Cool.
That's what you should do. I have my Disney Plus account is shared with my nieces, and so.
Don't
let's
share
see.
with
So
anybody.
now this is interesting because a few weeks ago, Showtime, before they announced this merger, Showtime said we're canceling a lot of shows because we can't afford to make all these. We're canceling Let the Right One In, American Gigolo, Three Women adaptation starring Shailene Woodley. And they said they were going to cancel a whole bunch of other stuff, including like Dexter and things like that. But now they've changed their minds on Yellow Jackets, Billions, Dexter, and The Chi. They said we're bringing those back.
Wait, they were going to cancel Yellow Jackets at
They
some
were
point?
talking about it. Yeah.
Idiots.
How dare.
And it's a shame they had to cancel Let the Right One In because
That
if you
sucks.
actually followed that book, that is a horrifying book, and
Well, even
it
the-
could use a 10-episode season to tell. that story.
well, even the original movie is scary.
It's very good. Yeah,
It's
this
very
movie's
I
good.
love that movie.
The movie is really good.
Yeah. So
What about Tulsa King?
Yeah, what about it?
I would like them to cancel it, but there we go.
Why you want to cancel it? It's really good.
Left on a cliffhanger.
Well, they're
Super
Paramount Plus is all in on it. They've been advertising it everywhere.
Yep.
So
It's
anyway.
got that old man star power.
Well, it's weird because I did fire up my Paramount Plus subscription this week, so now I'm going to have to debate that bundle.
Yeah, seriously. What a bummer. Okay.
Well, you should start watching Yellow Jackets, Lee. That'd make it worth it.
I think
With
you'd
all
like
the
it.
Star Trek
If you
and
liked
Yellow
Lost,
Jackets,
ooh, baby, if you liked Lost.
I do like some Lost.
I think you'd like.
Yeah,
Yellow
we've heard all
Jackets.
about that.
Yeah.
Let's see some other stuff that's happening. There's not a lot of news happening that's not business related, but Deadpool 3 has cast Emma Corrin playing a villain, not saying who.
Why does she look familiar? What's she been in?
She
Is
was
that
in-
Emma Corrin?
That
She was in The Crown.
She was in the
Look like a
Crown.
person I know.
Oh, that
She
is
was-
her. I'm thinking of the woman that. Oh wait,
I
yeah.
feel like
okay.
she's got like kind of a Jodie Foster look going on.
It's weird because like in The Crown, she actually looks a lot like Princess Diana.
Oh,
but
this is why.
does.
That's who she's playing. Yeah.
Emma Corrin goes by they,
Yes.
and I didn't recognize them because of the hair.
Oh, okay. They've also delved into the comic book space before with work on the Batman TV prequel Pennyworth, and has appeared in the Harry Styles feature My Policeman. So,
Wait,
I think Harry Styles is a robot.
Carrie, don't you mean the origin of Batman's lawyer?
Butler.
Butler.
Same
That-
thing.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's been canceled anyway. So
Alfred. He does his
Wait,
sandwiches
are you
and
saying-
his legal work.
Are you saying if I hire a full-time lawyer, they'll come take care of the house and drive me around?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
By the
I
way,
think I want to get in on that.
why do you think I have Mike taking me to
I
go
was
get
going to say, by
tacos
the way,
later?
Mike, my house is a mess.
You know, Mike's coming and getting me and taking me to tacos later. I'm not letting him have any. I'm just. Anyway,
He's just gonna watch you eat the tacos.
he's just gonna watch.
You're
me.
going to, like,
Watch me
watch
eat.
this, buddy.
grab
Yeah.
his grab your napkin
Excuse me.
and give you a little.
Mike,
oh, you got
Mike,
some on your lip
Mike.
right there.
I need
Where
you
you guys-
to
where you guys going?
raise the divider while I'm eating. I don't want you to hear me make my yummy noises. Raise the divider.
Please,
Where,
thank you.
where are you going, Carrie? Taco time?
No, I'm not telling you. I don't want everyone to know about this great taco place near my house.
I know exactly where you are going.
I know where
You
it's at.
think you do. You think you do, but I'm not going there. I'm going to another place.
Carrie,
gotta
I
just,
know where it's
He's
at.
going to taco
We'll talk after.
time.
We'll talk after. There's no good taco times nearby.
He's got a glut
There's no
of
good taco
options
times,
up there.
period.
No, there
Thank
is
you,
one
Jay.
good taco. There's
There's one good taco time
time
in Nephi.
No, there's one right here in Salt Lake, but you have to go on Saturday night when the lowriders are there.
That's true.
No, you go to
I-
the taco time in Nephi because that's where Brandon Flowers worked, and there's like a shrine to Brandon Flowers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Let's see. Here's the other thing that's happening. They're making a sequel to I Am Legend,
Oh,
Yeah.
We are legend.
thank God.
but as I recall, didn't he die at the end?
Indeed.
Alas.
There was
Alas.
a grenade. There was a
But not-
grenade.
And also,
not in the-
something
Alas.
terrible happened to his dog.
Yep.
But
There
but
was an alternate ending.
yeah.
Well,
Not,
that's
they
what they're
probably
doing.
shot the original ending from the book.
They did. They said what we're doing is we're basing this new movie because we got Michael B. Jordan to join us. We're basing this new movie on the deleted scene that was released on a DVD. The
Oh, my
alternate ending.
God.
Yep.
And I don't know how you do
It's
that.
gonna confuse people.
Because the legend, literally, the reason why why Richard Matheson's story worked so well and inspired things like Night of the Living Dead and all these other stories, is that the legend that he's out hunting vampires all day. The vampires become the prevalent society. So at the end of the original story, he's being studied by a think tank because they're using him as the monster story to keep their kids in during the day. He's the last man on Earth. He's a monster. He's killing all of them. He's become the boogeyman. So
The book is so good. Not even book,
yeah.
short story.
And the
It's
best,
so
the best,
good.
the best,
Well, I'm
most
just going to say it's no Omega Man.
the absolute best, most faithful adaptation of this is with Vincent Price. It's The Last Man on Earth from like
Yeah.
1964. It's
now,
really good.
Akiva Goldsman, who is the screenwriter, he says, we trace back to the original Matheson book and the alternate ending as opposed to the released ending from the original film. What Matheson was talking about was that man's time on the planet as the dominant species had come to an end. That's a really interesting thing that we're going to explore. There will be a little more fidelity to the original text.
And,
So I
a
guess
really good book.
that's good.
and aren't we all kind of like exploring that right now?
Yes.
Oh yeah. What are the worst?
Whether we want to or not. Yeah.
So the question is Michael B. Jordan's character, how does it fit in? You know, maybe he's, Will Smith's kid? I don't know.
The second to last man on Earth.
Yeah.
Vampire.
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 All right. Also, speaking of home releases and DVDs and all that, Megan,
Mithrigan.
Mithrigan, which was the surprise hit of the year so far. What they're doing is they're releasing a more adult director's cut.
Yes.
PG-13 theatrical.
Yes. Incredible.
So you have to buy either the Blu-ray or the video download.
That's
fine. The unrated cut features Megan achieving a much higher body count than was seen originally. It says you're getting 3 features: a new vision of horror, filmmakers and cast break down how the world of Megan was created, all that. Bringing Megan to life is the animatronics and puppets and all that. Getting hacked, the behind the scenes. look at how the cast and crew completed the thing, but also a more violent cut, it says.
Yes.
And that will be on March 21st that you can pick that up.
Do they ever say in the movie? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm meaning to watch it. Do they ever say why they give this animatronic doll a child's face but a full face of makeup?
I think you're overthinking it.
It's weird.
Because Hollywood is gross.
Okay,
That's Hollywood gross. Not even a fake one. Not even a fake girl. Not even a fake female can get away with just having a natural face.
Yeah, just give her a natural 9-year-old face or whatever.
Honestly, though, it gives the face some dimension because it's just like a silicone face mask, and without any kind of definition, I think that looks scarier.
Perfect.
She was designed by the guy that did the Bratz dolls, and that explains why her giant feet come off.
Finally,
Ezra Miller away from it.
yeah, Brett's
Seriously.
Finally, this: if you don't have Disney Channel or Disney Plus, you can go online and watch the first episode of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur on YouTube.
I think the first 2 episodes are on YouTube.
Oh.
Is
You
it true?
guys,
I think it's the first 2.
Now all of them have dropped on Disney Plus. I watched the first
really?
the first one.
I watched the first one, and my God, it's so fun. And if you have anybody that has daughters,
Yes.
please watch this with your daughter.
I was so excited to call my nieces and tell them about this show because they love to roller skate like Moon Girl. They dinosaurs. They love dinosaurs. I was so happy to tell them about this show, and I hope that they dive right into it and enjoy it. Because boy, it's fun. It's good.
I love the animation and just the oddness of it is wonderful. And Devil Dinosaur reminds me of Tilly.
I know I've said it before, but I'm a brag again. I have a friend who works on this show, and she is so jazzed. She says she cries at every episode. The show's about representation, and she's someone who grew up in the Bronx, and so she says if you grew up in that neighborhood, this nails it. And it's just fun. Girls in STEM and cartoons. Come on.
Oh yeah,
I'm with it.
It's just great. But there's a lot of original music in it too. That's the other thing.
It is just a fun watch.
It really it's perfect for kids. It really is. It's a great little show. Get your kids tuned into it if you have any. All right, what have we been consuming this week?
Nothing.
Stuff.
Let's go first.
Stuff.
Well,
Dead air.
I know that Rebecca saw Ant-Man 3.
So did I.
I'll go first.
Oh.
Do you want to go first, Shannon?
Or
Somebody
do
go.
you two want to talk about Ant-Man 3?
Shannon's just
Well, I
going to yell
know
at me.
that you hated it.
I didn't hate it. Okay, I'll talk about it. Well, first of all, before I talk about we already talked about Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur. A+, absolutely recommend.
Mm-hmm.
In my quest to watch all the Oscar-nominated stuff, I watched a lot of those, but the one I want to talk about is one of the animated nominees called The Sea Beast on Netflix.
Oh.
And
I watched that. It was so good.
very cute. One of those stories of people hunting monsters, but maybe people were the monsters all along.
Yeah.
Carl
That's
Urban
always the thing.
Carl Urban voices the main guy, and spoiler alert, only watch if you like bangable cartoon characters, because
That's what I live for.
I mean, who doesn't?
and then I saw Ant-Man. Fun. I kind of think Marvel should maybe quietly just pivot to TV shows.
Really?
As a Marvel MCU movie, fun romp. As a movie, if we're looking at it from a technical perspective, some poor editing choices. It was very poorly structured, some poor plot progression, and an inconsistent tone. And that's my opinion of it.
1 star.
I gave it 2.5 on Letterboxd. But what do I know? I only like A24 movies that make me want to be sad and barf.
That's true.
I respect all of this honesty.
So I'm
You like
conflicted on
Shannon liked
Ant-Man.
it. You're
conflicted.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
liked
like
it. Yeah.
okay, so
Just no
'Cause I'll be honest
spoilers,
with you.
That's all I ask.
Those first two Ant-Man movies, I just think are fabulous.
they were
So
great.
there's something to be said about this movie because it's the first movie without a co-writing credit from Paul Rudd.
Point. He did not
interesting.
co-write this one.
This is not at
This-
all like the first two movies.
this movie is 100% set up for the next movies.
That's kind of annoying. That means it doesn't feel good by itself.
Which is a
No.
bummer because that's what the last like 3 Marvel movies have been, is just set up for what's coming next.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, I just love Paul Rudd, and I love Ant-Man, and I love the Ant-Man stuff in it. Mm-hmm. And the stuff with him and his daughter, I like that. But also, I was just kind of like,
It's okay to say it wasn't great.
It's okay to say it wasn't a good movie.
But
no,
but if by telling
I really enjoyed it, but
Okay.
I would agree.
It's got problems.
Could have been a TV show. You know,
Which is
And,
pretty much our motto anymore, right?
Seriously.
yeah, no, and that's how I feel about Star Wars, and I was kind of glad that Jeff is dead because what they did with MODOK was not great.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh man, no mode.
What I think happened was they made a movie that was very serious, and then, good job, Jay.
You
And then producers came in and said, "Oh, don't forget, this is a funny movie too."
Oh.
And
Yeah.
there's
That's
also
why the
another
tone
thing
is
to
extremely inconsistent.
There's another thing to remember with the Ant-Man movies, and this is the saddest thing of all to bring up, but I've seen it kicked around the internet a couple times. The first 2 Ant-Man movies are the lowest performing Marvel films.
which I don't understand.
Aside from like Eternals, which I don't think anybody saw but Carrie. And
I saw it
Well, no,
like
it's
3
got-
times.
And
it's just terrible, and no one went to see it.
And
So
it's getting like really, really bad reviews. I don't think it deserves the bad reviews.
Sure.
Just for Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
But also,
And I know
I'd
Jonathan
just
Majors
like to
is
make
amazing
out
in
with
it
him.
too.
Jonathan Majors, A+, no notes. He absolutely
Okay.
crushes it. Jonathan, there's a GQ video series called like 10 Things I Can't Be Without or whatever.
It's good.
Watch his, because he also talks about he's a trained clown. Like he went to clown school.
He
And
has a
that
clown
I-
nose in his 10
he's-
things.
yeah,
awesome.
and that's why I think he's absolutely perfect in everything he does. Inhibitions, what are those? He's got none of them because he went to clown school.
But I love Kang. I've always loved Kang.
I love bread.
Like it was when he showed up or Ultron shows up in Avengers comics. I was always like, oh no,
Big
right?
time stuff.
And God, he's great as Kang.
Oh, I loved him in Loki as He Who Remains.
He Who Remains.
Well,
Yeah. Oof.
forget that.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that's,
yeah,
the,
they
whole thing,
killed
that's
him.
the whole thing about Kang is he's like 9 different people.
Oh,
No, it's okay. You're
Jay.
okay. Come on
You
back.
Come back, Jay.
Jay, come back.
Jay, that was in the Loki show. If you didn't
I
watch
just-
the Loki show, sorry.
I just need the Kang Collective to be shown once.
Please. All right.
well, okay.
Well, let's not go any further because spoilers. But there you go. Anything else, Rebecca? Was that it? pretty much?
No, I mean I watched Tar.
I watched it as well. Yeah.
Sounds
One
sticky.
of those movies. It was one of those movies where I'm like, I know this is a good movie. I'm not enjoying it.
No, I didn't enjoy it, but she was amazing.
Yeah, the movie itself, beautiful. She was perfect.
But-
I'm not your audience.
What
Yeah,
even is
I
this
didn't-
movie about? I've never heard of it.
It's about a
conductor.
conductor who gets Me Too'd. But a
Like
lady,
a train conductor?
no, like a, doo-doo,
Oh.
you know, the music.
Tony, you're my hero.
no, but like
No, that would have been interesting.
who plays her? It's like she's
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Who
okay.
and she's so good in that role. She's she's
Yeah,
in
she's-
every scene. She
yeah,
is
she's
in
phenomenal.
every scene, and she commands every scene that she's in, which is the entire movie. But it just as a movie, you're like, okay,
Maybe
is
Carrie, if
fine.
we were really into like that kind of music
And trains.
and trains, Maybe.
Just go back and watch her as Hela in the Thor movie.
God.
because she,
Thor Ragnarok was the movie I described
Loved it.
as me trying not to get the seat wet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
she was
I don't get it.
amazing in that Thor movie.
My wife wanted to cosplay as Hela, and I was like, I was like,
You'd be like, I'll get you pregnant.
I just love that I have Tony's admission on Geek Show as part of my contract because he's here for me.
That's right.
All right, who's next? Jay, go ahead.
yeah, mine's pretty quick. I really can't stop, and I can't get enough of these two shows. Abbott Elementary, it's just so good.
Great
Oh,
show.
Jay, I haven't
James-
watched this week's.
Oh, it's so good. And
I
Janelle
wish I
James,
could watch that show.
you
Hey,
just-
maybe give it a chance.
Yeah,
I've given it 4 chances.
Since you quit? Mm-hmm. Okay, well.
And what else,
All
Jay?
right. Poker Face again.
Yeah.
Even
You guys.
shows
even this last episode was. I like that there's not necessarily resolve sometimes. And
Right. No,
it's just like the fact that Tim Blake Nelson was in it, and like I really, really enjoy Natasha just being aloof in all these situations and handling the chaos like Shannon has said before. Like it's so fun.
Dude, so I watched the newest episode last night when I got home, and I agree. I loved that there was no resolution.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And
Yeah.
not trying to spoil, but yeah, like that was a really, because you're noticing a pattern on the show, and this time they were like, no, it doesn't have to end like that.
They play with it. They
Yeah.
also,
But
gave
also,
the kid,
she knew. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they also
Yeah,
gave
and-
the kid that played Reggie on Riverdale a chance to act.
Oh, Reggie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I just finished it this morning. The Legend of Vox Machina on Prime Video.
Oh, is the second season good? I haven't started it
I
yet.
really enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what, like I kind of breezed through the first season, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then just getting back into the lore, and I'm like, this is a good show.
Yeah.
You know? And I as a person that has never really gotten into D&D campaigns and just I'm adjacent to it. I get it, but I've never been fully invested and understand the lore. It is just nice to kind of watch like some cool things that get into it and explain it, and it's just fun. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm going to start that one this week.
Yeah.
All right. Who is next?
I'll go next.
Okay, Tony.
I started that one on Netflix that Shannon talked about last week, Physical 100.
that was
Oh,
yeah.
No,
was
that
that-
was actually Lee.
Oh, that was Lee? Okay, Lee talked
Yeah,
about it. I
like
couldn't remember who
I
it
was
was.
gonna watch that, but it made me feel inferior.
Oh, tell me about it, dude.
Was that the Korean show?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
How
because the
many
first episode has that Korean climber just hanging for an hour.
Seriously, he hung from his armpits for 18 and a half minutes.
Yeah,
How
I
many
could do
episodes
that.
have you?
I think we're because it's a weekly show.
Okay.
And so we got to the most recent one where they were doing like the Trials of Sisyphus, where you have to push a 220-pound boulder up a ramp,
Cool.
and then down, and then up the
Lord.
ramp as many times as you can, and like these people were just dropping like flies after 5 minutes.
Yeah, this
So-
show is wild. It's
Yeah.
basically if you took Squid Games and then removed the creepiness of them having to sleep there at night and stuff, and instead of kids games, it's like feats of strength. That's what this is, because there's a nameless narrator that tells them what to do over a speaker,
Yeah.
and faceless lackeys that help them get from point A to point B on these tasks and stuff. Really,
Also gets real
cool
into
show.
the Korean culture's like respect for older folks. So because like one of the competitors is almost 50,
Yeah.
and he was an MMA fighter for a long time. So like every
Still-
time he comes on, everybody's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
it's the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody take care of him. He's our guy.
That's why my glass is never empty when I eat with family. They're always making sure.
So
Very
Soju!
old guy.
So-
Soju. There you go.
So really cool show. We're enjoying that one. And then we finished Blackbird. Man, that show's wild. Finished Loot as well. Also
Loot
really
is so fun.
Yeah, really fun show. I hope it gets a season 2. I don't know if it's been greenlit or not.
Give Ron Funches more things.
Yeah, Ron Funches is great in that one.
He's very good in that.
And then we watched a movie last night because I don't. Oh, it was because of the cast. Because the cast for this movie is crazy. It's an indie movie that Jake Johnson wrote in 2015. It came out. It's called Digging for Fire. I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched this.
Jake Johnson, though, you have my attention.
I know. That's why we started always on the cover, And it's a short movie, too. It's like 87 minutes or something like that.
Bingo, bingo. Let's go.
Here's the cast for this movie. You got Jake Johnson, Rosemary DeWitt, Brie Larson, Orlando Bloom, Timothy Simons, Jenny Slate, Mike Birbiglia, Sam Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, Sam Elliott. I mean, like,
wow.
The cast for this movie is unreal.
What's it about?
Kent Osborne is in there. So it's just one of those kind of indie movies where there's not a whole lot going on the entire time, but the conversations are interesting, and like there's a kind of a plot device that goes from point A to point B, and you just kind of enjoy what happens in between the characters. And so the kind of crux of the movie is this couple, Jake Johnson and Rosemary DeWitt, are house sitting for one of her clients in the LA area. That she does yoga. She's a yoga instructor for them. And they're just playing around in their big backyard. It's a rich house. And he finds a gun, an old rusted gun, and it looks like a human rib in the dirt. And so he wants to figure out what's going on over there. And she's like, just leave it alone. And then at that point, the show diverges. And she goes off to do her own thing and kind of reclaim being herself instead of just a mom and a wife. And he stays at the house, and oddness ensues. But I liked it. It's
What's
not
it on?
It's on Hulu for the next 10 days. It's almost
What's the name of the
expiring.
show again?
Digging for Fire.
Okay.
So I would give it probably 3.5 out of 5.
3 out of stars.
Yeah, 3 out of not a super great movie, but just kind
Oh,
of an
yeah, not a
interesting
great
thing.
rating.
No, it's got a 5.8 on
I was gonna
IMDb,
say-
but it's better than that. I don't think it's a 5.8 at all.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's it.
All right. Lee?
All right, I'm going to go as quick as I can. I'm going to try not to meander. Finished Count Zero by William Gibson. It's the second book in his Sprawl trilogy.
Oh.
And when I was talking about Neuromancer, that's kind of like the birth of the cyberpunk genre. And this is definitely the screaming punk rock adolescence of the genre, because it's like the first book you go, okay, this isn't quite as, it's dystopic, but it's not quite as grungy. This is definitely, it is cyberpunk, and it's amazing. And it was written in like 1986, so I don't know how I didn't read it when I was 16 and reading everything I could get my hands on. I also started a new cyberpunk book that I didn't even know about until last week called Snow Crash. And last
So
night,
bizarre you've never heard of
I
this
know.
book.
Right, but
Even
it's like when
I've
we-
read this book.
but when we were doing the autopsy on why I haven't watched it last night, we realized it was like right after I got married, right before we had kids. Like that just didn't exist. So, Poker Face, episode 7, Future of the Sport. The kid Charles Melton was the ass racer, and he played Reggie on Riverdale, which was really sad because you never got a chance to realize that he could actually like have scenes with Tim Blake Nelson and hold his own.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
also
he held his
just
own in that episode.
Yeah.
Tim Blake Nelson. My God, I just love him.
He is
so
short.
much.
I was waiting for him to say that he got turned into a horny toad, but he didn't. So
He is short.
So like, I was watching that and I was just like, oh wow, he is small.
yeah, he's a
Oh.
tiny little man.
Which
we
that
thought you got turned into
We thought-
a toad.
we thought you was
Yeah.
a toad. That reminds one sec. We started watching Pushing Daisies for the first time in my house.
Oh,
Poor thing. That's a good
And
show.
my wife had seen it before, but short. What's her name? Kristen.
yeah, she's
yeah.
very tiny.
The singer.
Yeah, she's super
Kristen
tiny.
Chenoweth?
Chenoweth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Yeah, she's
Anyway.
little.
Just
She's
thought
compact.
Lady Gaga's only 5'2". Her documentary's named that.
So
That's how I know.
Picard, episode 1 of season 3.
I haven't started that yet. What do you think?
Well, let's just say I think what was going wrong with the Picard for me, I mean, I enjoyed season 1 and 2. I enjoyed them. I didn't love them, but I enjoyed them, is Picard kind of needs his crew.
Yeah.
And so just having an episode of him and Riker being idiots together, and then there's a great thing. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a current day captain who just doesn't buy into any of their garbage, but he's a fan. He's a fan.
I loved him and I hated him.
Oh yeah,
And-
but I completely understood why he took the course that he did, because he's like, no, you cowboys aren't doing that on my ship. So I love that.
And also, like, I didn't finish season 2.
Yeah,
really?
It was pretty
I just
meandering.
didn't care.
Season
Yeah.
2
And-
valleyed. It was like cool,
Yeah.
but then by the end it was I thought it was interesting.
But
This
you
just
guys-
seeing Beverly Crusher with her phaser shotgun.
Phaser shotgun.
Yep.
I'm in.
Oh my god! Like I am like 100% in.
Yeah, no, it's this is what Picard should have been from the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry to say to the people on the show, it even makes like the one lady from season 1 that I didn't care too much for. She's fun in this, like they're doing fun things with her. And then in the comic book world, I sat down to read one issue of a comic that I'd heard some good things about, and I thought let's check out this comic book and see if it's any good, or if you guys are blowing smoke in it. And then 24 issues later, Immortal Hulk is the best.
Oh god,
thing.
dude, it's
Yes,
so good.
sir.
Oh my gosh, because
Jason Aaron, dude.
No,
It's not Jason Aaron.
That's not.
It's not
It's,
Jason
Aaron. Oh, it's not?
Patrick. It's Al Ewing. Al Ewing.
Oh,
Al
okay.
Ewing.
Yeah.
Super good.
But they get into the body horror. The Hulk's
Yeah.
transformations from Banner to the Hulk are horrifying. I mean, Hulk was Kirby and Ditko and Lee basically saying, let's take a Frankenstein story by way of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and they haven't really played with that too much. But they're really getting into like what Hulks manifest when, who's in charge. You get the impression Banner, no, not in charge. And this is the Devil Hulk storyline, which I know they've played with Devil Hulk a bit here and there, but oh my gosh, it is like last night. I think I went to bed at 11. I thought I'll just read a couple issues. I was up until 3.
Yep. It's real good.
So it's like, this is where you get your Marvel Unlimited, and you pay I paid $60 for the year. I got my $60 worth just this week.
Yep.
Over this comic. It's amazing. They'll never be able to adapt it.
Well, I mean, considering like
No.
buying like 6 or 7 comics anymore is about $60.
Seriously.
right, and a
So
and a second
expensive.
mortgage on your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's me. What a great week just with the comics and the Picard. Picard made me really happy. You
Dude.
guys. It's
Well, Picard's my captain.
yeah. Now he's
Maybe so
very
happy.
feeble, whimsical captain.
I like him, and he had like the little writer's cap, and they're
Yeah.
drinking whiskey, and
To me, it was the bunk bed scene.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else, or should I go?
I've got a couple.
Okay.
My favorite thing I consumed this week was Battle of the Super Sons on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I need to watch
I
that
saw
one.
that too. I forgot
And,
about that. Yeah, I saw that.
It really made me like Damian Wayne a lot. Also, quit complaining about the new animation style, people. Because it's really good.
Yeah.
The trash I watched, God, I love I sat through the Super Bowl just to watch Gordon Ramsay on the Next Level Chef.
Yeah.
And I was sad watching the commercials for animal control.
Joel McHale plays
Oh.
one character and one character only.
Right, he plays Joel McHale.
I forgot. I watched that first episode too.
But
Oh, how was it?
It was
I enjoyed
actually
it. I
it
thought
was,
it was
really funny.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it was
enjoyed
really
it.
funny.
Yep.
This once again, it's Joel McHale
Being Joel
being
McHale.
Joel McHale.
I mean, they
but
basically
the
lifted
surrounding characters
Yeah.
are hilarious.
Yeah, Joe
So-
McHale. It's the same character he played on the first 2 seasons of Community. Aloof, a jerk. I'm better than everyone here, kind of a thing. But I
But
mean,
also,
he
I've got
does
a
it-
heart of gold.
Yeah, but he does it. I mean, he plays it well. It's
Yeah.
it's his thing. I liked the show though.
It's not bad. You can watch it.
I'm gonna keep going on it.
Me too.
So he plays a white privilege ally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hooray!
Yeah, I know. Great.
All right. I watched a few things this week. Picard, the show I refer to as spaceship porn. Because
Oh, the Titan! Holy
the Titan
cow!
is
Oh,
one of my
my
new
God.
favorite starships right
I
there. Boy,
think
that
it might be
design.
a dreadnought. Like the Constitution class ships are cruisers. This looked like a dreadnought. This looked like a ship that goes out and blows
Well,
things up.
They referred to it as a new Constitution class.
Yeah,
or
the
something
Nouveau
like that.
Constitution.
Yeah, but I just spaceship porn for me. I love that ship. Let's see. I watched the first 2 episodes of Hello Tomorrow.
Oh, how
Oh,
is
is
it?
that out?
What is that?
It's on Apple Plus, and it's okay. You could tell that they had this grand idea about making the future look a certain way, and then realized, oh, shit, that's going to cost a lot of money, isn't it? Maybe we should back off a little bit.
That sounds expensive.
That's going to be expensive. So they backed off a little bit. But I'm going to stick around because I predict it will get dark. Moon Girl was great. We talked about that. Watched I can't call it a documentary. Well, I guess it is a documentary, more of a concert film called Watts Stax, which is combining Stax Records with the Watts riots, and it was the anniversary of the Watts riots in Los Angeles, and they did a big show at the LA Coliseum, and they filmed that. And you get to see Ted Lang, your bartender from Love Boat, before he was famous, before he was an actor. He was just a guy on the street at that time.
Oh, wow.
And they were interviewing him, but it was great to see those performers. But Sue, as I said last week, said, "Let's watch all of the Marvel movies."
How's this journey
How's
going?
that
Did she
going?
fall asleep during Iron Man?
She's doing good. She actually stopped me and said, "Look, I've had too much wine. We better stop. I want to remember. I want to remember this shit."
Wow.
But we are up to now Iron Man 2, just about to start the big battle at the end.
It is going to take you guys so
Yeah, this
And
is a long.
we got Captain Marvel out of the way. We got, we started with Captain America. This is the
Oh,
chronological
I forgot about
order.
Captain Marvel. I can't believe I forgot about
How
Captain Marvel.
could you?
It's-
I know.
It's-
Fake
if-
fangirl.
If you go to Disney Plus and say watch it in the chronological order, it's all lined up for you. They do it for you. And so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to get a list from the internet or anything like that.
I
But
miss
she,
my bird.
But
I
she
want my bird.
she was like, yeah, Tony's kind
What's
of an
up, Tony?
asshole.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of an
I
asshole.
hate me too.
And I'm like, well, this is part of the
It's part of
character
the story
redemption
arc.
arc.
We,
It's
me
he's still an
and-
asshole. Yeah.
Me and Sarah and Kat watched Iron Man 2 right when Elon bought Twitter. And
Yeah,
it was kind of a fun watch because we were
Yeah.
mad.
Because he shows up and you're like, oh.
Yeah. But also just the concept of rich people doing whatever they want,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like
That's
the
what
Iron Man
they-
2 is a great example of Tony
what they
just,
do.
I have money and everything is meaningless. I can do whatever I want. And just,
But I forgot how much I liked this movie, and I
It's a
liked
good movie.
Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury, just not playing around with Tony at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, you're trying to tell me that Rhodey stole an Iron Man suit from you. You just let that little guy come in there and kick your ass and just take it. You're trying to tell me that, right? That there's no redundancies or something in the mechanics that would make it so
Yeah.
that you can't have these things stolen. I think you let him take it, but that just calling out his bullshit. I loved that, and then the introduction of Natasha was just incredible.
now are you guys going to go watch Chef? John
Oh,
Favreau's
sure.
response to filming Iron Man 2.
Great
It's a good
movie.
movie.
I
It
love
is a
Chef.
Good movie.
Yeah.
We have seen it, yeah.
I have a question.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you
Oh,
convince? Did you convince her to watch the TV shows too in order, or just the
Because
movies?
don't, because Agent Carter's a slog.
That's the thing. She wanted to. And I said, let's just stick with the movies.
Yeah.
I said, all you need to know about the TV shows, I can fill you in. It's not
Yeah.
vitally
Agent
important.
Carter is a slog to get through.
I
I
kind of
didn't.
liked it.
I never finished it.
Really?
It was fun. It was
I
fun in
didn't-
2015. It was really fun in 2015.
Very fun.
but-
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Okay,
But me and
maybe I
Sarah and
wouldn't
Kat-
like it now if I went back.
Yeah, we
Agents
went
of
back
S.H.I.E.L.D.
and we
is
watched
the same
it.
way.
and it just isn't good.
Lee's right about the
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you go back and you're just like, oh man, there's so much potential here. And I mean, the first season wasn't good to begin with.
Well, that's the
You
bummer
guys
thing about
remember,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is you have to tell people you have to get through the first 2 or 3 seasons. And what a bummer thing that you have to say about a show.
I remember I just hated on it when we were doing the show. I was like, this show's awful. It's terrible. And then it got pretty good when they went to space.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
Well, when they turn into Inhumans, when they introduce the Inhumans, it gets so good.
It starts to get good, yeah.
Yep.
And then in the humans,
And then the
show.
And then
that never happened. Never happened.
Did not do.
all right, do you guys know
That's
who,
on Disney Plus, though, if you want to go back and relive that
You know
nightmare.
what Inhumans
No.
is? You guys ever watch Family Matters?
Yeah.
No.
Of course.
Steve Urkel? Remember
Yeah.
there was another daughter, and then she goes up the stairs for one episode, and she never comes back for 6 seasons.
I don't
That's
remember
what
that.
That's what Inhumans is. That's Marvel.
Oh, when they brought Black Bolt back in Doctor Strange, they're like, remember this?
Yeah.
Remember this guy?
But now the great thing, though, remember about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was when they introduced Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider.
That was
Yes.
a super fun season.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Crusher Creel.
Crusher Creel was
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And that was all last season or something.
No, it's
No,
like 3
no,
seasons.
there was
It's
like-
like 3
there's-
seasons in.
There's
Yeah.
2 seasons that I haven't seen. The last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
So
it started with Kyle MacLachlan coming in as Mr. Hyde, and then you start going,
Yes.
oh, this could start being fun. And then the season after that, they did half a season with Robbie Reyes, and then they did another half a season, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like they started playing
It was all
with
about
the mythology.
the Darkhold.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Darkhold was.
Yeah, that's true.
They started playing with the mythology and having fun.
And then they went into the real the live model decoys
Yep.
and their version of
Yep.
the Matrix kind of.
Oh,
a
because then you
thing.
have the guy from The Mummy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
shows up.
you had the Hydra Matrix universe, which was fun. So they had a couple seasons where they're just firing on all cylinders. And
But, yeah. Anyway. Games? Do we have any
Yeah,
games?
yeah, we got.
Other than Cocaine Bear, the game?
Yes, I hear it's like Pac-Man, but with a bear and cocaine.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you eat
I
people,
ate all the
too.
people. I played it. I ate all the people.
Level 2. Let's see. Coming out this week, we have Like a Dragon, Ishin, which is if you're
Like a dragon.
if you're into,
Shan.
what was. Well, now I can't even remember what the precursor to those games were, but they have a pretty loyal following in Japan and fans of JRPGs here in the U.S. too. We got this one I'm looking forward to. It's called Atomic Heart, and it looks like a mix between Fallout 4 and BioShock. So
What?
Yeah.
it-
I have seen the game preview
Now-
for this. This looks awesome.
It looks really cool, but caveat for it is it's from a small unknown development team who have never made anything before this. So watch for the reviews, I would say. Make sure it's good before you go spending your hard-earned money on it. But I think it has potential to be pretty dang cool. And if you're an Xbox Game Pass member, it's automatically day one available to you.
Yep.
Well, there you
on
go.
that.
Which
on
that's
that
why
service.
that's honestly like I've been kind of flexing the Game Pass a little
Yeah.
bit more, and I'm really enjoying, and I can't wait to play that.
Yep, a lot of good options on there. So let's see. We got Company of Heroes 3 coming out on the 23rd. If you're into the real-time strategy, World War II era games right there. Octopath Traveler 2 comes out also on the 24th. If you liked the first one, you're going to like this one. All the reviews I've read say that, basically.
That's a real one.
Really neat artistic style on the Octopath games. It looks like a diorama with like 3D sprites. Like if you're interested,
Sprite?
yes, yeah, Sprite. It's like Sierra Mist, but better.
No, Sierra
Obey
Mist
your
gone. It's
thirst.
starry now.
Oh, right.
It's all about
Starry.
story now.
Starry. So that's on the 24th. Check that out if you're interested in those types of games. And then also of note on the 24th, 2 more. Kerbal Space Program 2.
Those are
comes
so
out
good.
on the 24th. A really fun, just goofy,
But with real physics.
Yeah, but with real physics.
Yeah.
Goofy characters with real physics where you build your own rockets and stuff like that and try to get him into space, and things like that.
With these really, we play that in between patches on Star Citizen when we're getting burned out on the other space game.
Yeah, Kerbal's pretty cool, or Kerbal, however you want to say it. And then for you Kirby fans out there, Kirby's Return to Dreamland comes out this week on the Nintendo Switch. If you like that green or pink puffball floating around, sucking up guys, taking their powers and spitting them out. I said up, not off. So anyway, Kirby coming out this week on the Nintendo Switch, and that wraps up this week in games.
Oh, I do want to mention something super quick before we end. Sign up for our Patreon. Geekshow got this covered. Because if you join the Patreon, you get access to the Discord. And in the Discord, in the music channel, we are playing Music League, and it's a blast. And we all submit songs per round. And it's been a really fun community building experience. So sign up for our Patreon, join our Discord.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I will.
Do it.
Is that everything? Mr. B, if you would, please.
Oh, God. Ham. I'm telling you, we should have released that game because you like cocaine so much more than that bear.
Cocaine Ham, the game.
Great job. Great job.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, YouTube friends.
Great job.
Subscribe if you'd be so kind.
Drop a comment.
Yes.
All those good things.
We just got our 1600th subscriber on YouTube, so
Oh yeah.
it's
Is that good?
Smash
no,
that
it's.
like
I mean, we're not
button.
retiring anytime soon. No, but it's always good to get new people. So.
Growth is growth. You know.
Yeah.
Welcome to Geek Show. Thank you for subscribing.
Carl Clark says Cocaine Ham was his old CB handle.
Cocaine Ham here, cruising along I-15.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
something you want to
Oink,
advertise
oink,
there.
baby.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Keep dreams alive.